Well, here I am again, sounding like a one-string banjo, bang, 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 sounding like a harp with one chord, boo, boo, boo. It's about, yes, you got it, fake service dogs. Now, if you're tired of hearing about this, I understand if you want to tune to something more exciting, like guys shooting bowling balls out of cannons. But I want to tell you what, today, I walked into the drugstore. I was going down there to pick up some medication, and right beside me there are these two little Pekingese, little furry little rat, barely a dogs, on the end of leashes, separate leashes, and this woman's just walking them through the store, doing what she wants to do with them. One of them even took a shit against the side of one of the little shelves. Did she pick it up? Yeah, she picked it up, but that doesn't matter. They're not goddamn service dogs. They're freaking pedigreed rats on the end of a leash. I couldn't help myself. I said, you know, you shouldn't bring your pets in here. It says so on the door. And she said, these aren't pets. I said, what are they then? They're comfort dogs. They're companion animals. I said, bad news, baby. No such thing. No such thing. Look in the ADA. Americans with Disabilities Act, find me where it says therapy dog, comfort dog, comfort. It's bullshit. These are terms that people like this bitch are using so they can game the system. That's all they do. Game it, quit, game it. I was full of it. I was so unhappy. I bought my stuff and I left. I got in my car and I made the big mistake of driving to the big box store right across the street. Thought I might pick up some film for my camera. I walked in the door, and here's a pit bull terrier, a pit bull in the shopping cart. Okay, yes, dog, rub his ass where I'm going to put food. Now, grant you, that may be a violation, I'm sure it is, of health codes, state, county, federal, but that doesn't matter, because that's her little therapy dog. Bullshit. And I said, why don't you keep walking in the store while I call the police? You just go ahead and do that. She looked at me. I said, you're violating too many health codes. I said, I'm going to get you and the manager in deep shit. She turned around, wheeled her cart out of the store. I'm getting sick and getting tired of these people. They go into hospitals, which are fairly good at stopping them. They go into supermarkets, restaurants. I'm going to eat my food in a nice restaurant, and under the table right over there is somebody's schnauzer. I don't think so. Understand, if it's a real service animal, the owner can answer two questions. Question one, is it a service animal? They'll lie every time. You lying bastards, you know who the hell you are. But the second question says, what does it do to address your need? What action is it trained to perform? Don't ask them what disability they have. You get your ass sued. Just ask, what function is it trained to perform in response to need? They can't have therapy. Usually they stop cold. Here's the problem. Going to Walmart, they're not going to ask. You could come in with a goddamn 20-mule team. You could do it. Bring in a silverback damn gorilla. They probably wouldn't mind. I've seen dogs get into a fight in that store. You hear dogs yip in the background. If I want to hear all that barking, I'll go to a kennel or I'll go to a veterinarian's office. I really don't want to go to the store and have this. Because, please listen to me, don't go away. The reason these fake service dogs are so bad is they destroy the legitimacy of real service dogs in real service. A real service dog costs $20,000 to $30,000 to purchase and train and get ready. Then after it's trained, it has to be mated with an owner, and the owner and dog are trained to work together. And about every 8 months to a year, they go back in for a bit of refreshment training because the dogs will begin to slowly break training. That's normal. That's a great system. I have a neighbor who is a real service person with a service animal. I know people who have these. But I also know there are far more lying, stinking, game-cheating sons of bitches who take their dog everywhere they go. I can't leave the home. If I leave home, Rufus here will tear the house apart. He'll destroy everything. I gotta take him with me. That's your fault. That's not my fault that you don't know how to bring your dog up. It's not my fault you're afraid to hit it across the nose with a newspaper and say, no, bad dog. No, you've got what you bred. By the time a dog is 4 or 5 years old, if it's in this state, there's only one real answer to control the dog, and it rhymes with this. Fact. Now, I see some people who take their dog, it's not separation anxiety, they just can't bear to be away from their animal. So they go driving in the car, they do their errands, some go to work, they leave the car there with the window rolled down, and let the dog go, and everybody walking by. You know what I want to do one day? I swear to God, I've seen it in my mind. I have not done it. Get a dog, 2 arms hanging out the window, barking a storm at you, an ugly bark, not a happy bark. I want to take a can of pepper spray and hose its ass down. Take the empty can, wipe it for fingerprints, throw it through the crack in the window, walk away. I haven't done it, but I'll tell you what, I've been tempted to. The fact is, when you see somebody with a dog in a jacket that says service animal, watch for these signs to see if it is. The service animal will never strain or pull at the leash. It will never cross its leash in front of its owner. It will always heel. It will never bark. It will always sustain a certain distance, prepared to exercise its action, be it to stop the owner from chemicals or stepping off a curb or getting hit by a car or dangerous noises, the various things they're trained for. So the dog won't be begging for attention. Someone walks by, it won't be all, pet me too, oh, pet me. It won't be that. It won't do that. It won't beg for food. It won't, if another dog snarls at it, it won't snarl back. It'll staunch itself and look at that dog. They're trained this way. You didn't train yours this way because yours isn't a freaking service dog. No, you bought a jacket for $20, faking. Amazon, thank you for that. Then you bought one of these online certification cards. My dog is real. Guys, if a person shows you that their service animal has a certification card, that's a lie. There is no certification for service animals. Should there be? You're damn straight. How about a National Service Animal Registry, where we have standards and conditions of training, things that must be met, like driving a truck. If you've got a CDC, this commercial driver license, CDL, I'm sorry. If you have a CDL, nationwide the standards are the same. When you show that license in Louisiana, it's good in Mississippi, it's good in Idaho. That's what we need. That's not what we have. What we have right now is zero certification. The feds are getting tired of it. More and more VA hospitals are getting more and more aggressive about keeping pets out of the frickin' building. If I want to hang around dogs, I'll go to the pound. If I want to be angry at them, I'll go to their owners.